Hi everyone again. So I kind of ended my first video and realized I don't really have anything to do. Well, I do, but I don't want to go hang out with my friends that aren't really my friends right now. Long story. But I did realize that I didn't really kind of tell anything about myself on my first video or who I am. But my name is Casey, Carmen Camille, but Casey is what I prefer. And I'm 26 years old. I currently live in Salt Lake City, Utah, which was fine until about 2 weeks ago and when I came out. And now I just want to move to New York and be with my New York friends. But all in due time. I know I have to go through all this here first, and I'm open to that, so it's okay. But I did want to go kind of deeper into, being transgender, how it's been for me, not just this 2 weeks, but even before that, dealing with this as a child even. People ask me, well, how did you know you were transgender? Why do you think you're a girl? How long has this been going on? And, to be honest, it was 2 weeks ago that I knew for sure that this was something that I wanted to do, that this is something that I wasn't afraid to do anymore, to transition. Before 2 weeks ago, I didn't even, think it possible, at least for me, to do that transition. Because I thought if I did this, it's got to be 100%. It's got to be not even 100%. It's got to be 200%. It's got to be full out. I've got to look good. I've got to be passable. I want to be a woman because that's who I've always felt I am inside. Always. Always have known that, have felt that. But that fear of, so what? So I'm a woman inside. Now what? Now I become a woman? How is that possible even? And a lot of people paved that way for me. My best friend in the whole wide world, is on, I think, her second year of transitioning, and really, wow, things happen for such a reason. And the story of us even meeting, me meeting her is amazing and just so random. But it just goes to show that things happen for a reason, and I know that this is why. Not the only reason I met her, but one of the, biggest life-altering things is because of her. So I know that, that's a huge part of that. But sadly, materialistically, yes, her doing this and looking amazing, she's gorgeous. No one would ever believe she was ever a guy before. Sadly, that was a huge factor. I'm young, I'm 26. Looks are, unfortunately, a lot of life. I don't know, not for me necessarily, but I mean for everyone. I didn't want to do this. Like, being gay was hard enough. Getting, and not all the time getting names or derogatory or negative comments, but I mean, it was just, it's hard enough, being different as it is. I didn't want to go through life with people behind my back saying, that's a guy, or is that a guy, is that a girl? Like, I don't want that. I didn't want that. Now I don't care. Now I want to do this because I don't want to be 50 years old and be unhappy, and realize that I've missed a huge opportunity. I would rather be 50 years old and unhappy and look like some fucked up mess who tried to be a girl, who tried to become the woman that was inside of him, and be that unhappy 50, 60, or 70-year-old, at that state. But to have never tried this, to go after this, to see if this was possible, I would have I would have cried myself to death when I'm older. I'm sure of it. Sorry, my left hand is getting tired holding up the video camera. But anyways, again, like, this is just something like I've always struggled with since I was a kid. You know, you don't know what transgender is. At least I didn't. We weren't taught. Well, I didn't even know what gay was, and I guess that's kind of, you know, the start of all this. I knew I was different. I knew I liked other males, other boys. Since I was in 4th grade, I remember having a crush on a boy. You know, kind of when that stuff starts happening, and you know, all the kids are playing kissing tag or you know, have crushes, or you're writing notes and will you go out with me, circle yes or no. You know, I didn't have a crush on a girl. I never did. I never liked girls. I was always with the girls. I was always playing with the girls. But I remember having the hugest crush on this on this really cute boy in my class, and that was the beginning of me knowing I was different. And that was the start of a long time of ridicule, of negative comments, of bigotry. But I guess I got through it, and it got me to where I am today. But more importantly, it was the fact that when I did learn about what being gay was, you know, I was really excited, and I was excited that I found other people that related to me that way, and I felt like, oh, this must be it. This is why I feel different, and this is the path I need to be on. But now looking back, it wasn't. It was the door that opened, but you know, I've never related to gay males. I've never really had gay friends. I don't get along, I guess, necessarily with gay guys, which is weird because I get along with everybody. I have so many different types of, you know, friends in my life, but I didn't have a lot of gay male friends. And I noticed that when I was dating gay men, I didn't relate to them. I felt attracted to them, but when it came down to it, something was off. Like, you know, and it wasn't until my transgender friend really kind of said these words that, you know, when she was going through, you know, her transition and saying, you know, one big thing was I wasn't attracted to gay men. I was attracted to straight men, which I know all gay men are attracted to straight men, obviously, but it's more than that. It's on a different level of just being, like, sexually attracted to a straight man. And I just always found it so hard to see myself in a gay relationship, you know, when I was older, when I was, you know, even 5 years from now, 10 years from now, let alone 30 years from now, you know. I mean, that's something I want. That's something I grew up with value-wise, was finding someone that you love and making a life, having a family, you know, whatever that means, whether that's kids or, you know, just the two of us or whatever. But monogamy is definitely something that is instilled in me and that I feel is right, at least for me. But I could never just see myself being in a monogamous relationship with another man when I'm 80. Like, to me, it just didn't fit me, and I knew that, but I didn't realize that, I guess. So that was a big factor of how I knew, you know, coming into this that, you know, I really am transgender. I don't know. I don't have those same similarities, and I don't relate to the gay lifestyle. So that was a big factor. And then something else, like, looking back, you know, people keep questioning me, well, you know, so what? Like, that was it? Like, that's how you think you're a woman inside? No, not necessarily. I've always felt I was a girl. I was always playing with girls, you know, family members, cousins. Like, I have a lot of cousins. My mom has 8 brothers and a sister, and they all have, like, 10 million kids. We're from Utah. Don't judge. But no, I mean, that was great, having so many cousins. But, you know, I was always with my girl cousins, we were playing Barbies, we were playing dolls. I was never playing with the guys. And when I did, or when I had to, or I was forced to, I just didn't relate. I didn't, I felt awkward. I felt like a girl playing with the guys, and I felt like, any moment they're going to tease me, about being so girly, I guess. So that was always there. And even, I remember when I was 4, I used to walk around in my mom's high heels. I used to make dresses out of, a towel or a blanket. I used to, put my t-shirt on over my head so it, created a wig, and, I don't know. And I would play girls. I would call it playing girls. And, as I got a little older, when I was 5 or 6, and my little brother got old enough, he's 3 years younger than me, I kind of, in a way, not made him, but, as little siblings do, play house or play school or whatever, we would put our wigs on, or our shirt wigs, and play sisters or play girls, or play house or play school, but, we were girls. And I think for him it was just fun, whatever. But for me, it was real. I felt, in a way, that I look back at that now, that was when I felt normal as a kid. And it was funny. It was fun and games for my parents, I guess, for a minute. But then I think they thought that it was really serious. And this little 5-year-old, that he was dressing like this girl and had names for herself and hairstyles with a shirt. You'd be amazed at how many hairdos I could do with a t-shirt on your head. But that was always there, and when they saw that was, becoming more serious, I think it scared them, and that's when it was kind of don't do that. You can't do that. Stop dressing like a girl. Stop wearing, your mom's shoes. Stop doing that. Stop playing with the dolls. All my dolls got taken away, that I had, or anything that resembled like a doll kind of disappeared now that I think about it. But I love my parents. We've come a long way. They don't know about this yet. I don't know how I'm going to tell them. So hopefully they just find this blog and watch all my videos. No, I'm just kidding. But, that was something that was kind of always there. So, I don't know. I've just always felt comfortable acting like a girl, and it's just until now that I realize that it's okay, and it's okay if I don't look like a girl, if I don't sound like a girl. I know I sound like the gayest guy right now ever, man, gay voice. But that's okay. I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for the public. I don't, need to impress anyone. I just want to be happy. I feel so much more like myself to the extent of my creativeness, my power and energy in this world. I just feel is just exponentially there to the greatest extent, and I'm so excited about life, where before I was depressed and sad. So yeah, I know that's a lot. This is a long video. I didn't, expect this to be this long, but there's still so much more. So, I encourage any questions that I can answer, any help. I have questions I hope you guys can answer for me, maybe, but this video is getting pretty long, so I better end it. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to make some more videos. So, bye.